YouTube. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our continuing discussion about fascinating people doing fascinating, wonderful things. We have with us today a young man, you see, his name is Shmuley Steigman, and he
Thanks so much.
just came from, tell us again the name of the place you were for Pesach?
Chengdu, China.
Chengdu, China. Wow. Okay. So let's back up. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How old are you?
Hello, my
And
name is Yeah, my name is Shlomo Stigman. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I study in rabbinical Hamitic studies of Old Torah, college, university, and that's basically what I'm doing my days these days.
okay,
Studying the
so
Torah.
what's a nice Jewish boy doing in Chengdu, China for Pesach? Why aren't you home with your family having a Seder with like a normal person? What's going on? How did you wind up in China? Give us a little bit of the background there.
That's a very good question. So,
I only ask good questions.
yeah. So for 6 months a year, we straight from the high holidays until Passover. Us boys in yeshiva were starting straight. So by Passover, we get a certain break. There's two ways you can do it for your break. Either you can go home and have a nice vacation wherever your family is, or there's people around the world who are making crazy say there's crazy events for people all around the world in China, Thailand. So you could sign up wherever you want, where people need during Passover. They need someone to arrange and lead a Passover Seder. And the people, you sign up on the website, you and your friend, and then they'll send you somewhere wherever they send you. That's where you end
So
up.
let's back up here a little bit. So is this the first year you've done this? Have you done this
My
before?
first year.
Your
The
first
first
year.
year.
How old are you, if we could ask?
I'm 19.
You're 19 years old. You're 19 years old. Okay. That means you were born in 2006. Oh my gosh. Okay.
2005. Yeah.
2005. You're 19 years old. You're a nice Jewish boy from Brooklyn. You're sitting and studying all day in yeshiva, and you sign up on a website. Now, do you, do you pick your partner? Do you pick the place you go to? You could go to New Jersey or you could go to Chengdu, China. How does this work?
So you pick up your partner. Then when you sign up, they ask you if you have any relatives who live, any relatives or a rabbi somewhere, of any people, and you go request them if they're your relatives. But you don't. Not most people is randomly. They send you, make a raffle, and whether you land up, that's where you land up.
So
So
you're
my
there at the
relative,
raffle. It could have come up for New Jersey, and
exactly,
you
yeah,
hear Chengdu, China, and what's your reaction? You're like, oh, that's good. I won. I lost. Who did I annoy that they sending me to China? Do I make
exactly.
a seder with chopsticks? Like, just walk us through that part when they call your name and they tell you Chengdu, China.
You
Was
call
that what
my
you were
first.
hoping for?
I had to make sure that I had a flight back. I was making sure it wasn't a one way ticket.
Okay,
Never
and you're
know.
not going to Wuhan, and right, you're not bringing
Exactly,
COVID back.
yeah,
I hope you had enough of that.
yeah.
So, what was your reaction? Have you ever been to China?
No, it's my first time.
Have you ever been
First,
out of the United States?
yes, a few times. I studied
Okay,
in France for 2 years.
in France. Okay, but so you
So
hear Chengdu, China, you and your partner, and now is there a Chabad in Chengdu, China?
there is, there
So
is.
tell us about what it was like.
So when we went to Chabad, so we go there. We meet the amazing rabbi and his wife
Who's
living
that?
there
What's
with
their
their
name?
family. What? Rabbi
What's the
Hennig.
name? Rabbi Hennig. So what? Hold on, just give us a little timeline. Pesach this past year began Saturday night after Shabbos. When did you
Yeah.
arrive?
I arrived the week before. I arrived Sunday. I flew Sunday from New York. I had a 15-hour flight to Hong Kong. By the way, on my flight to Hong Kong, I had another 30 of my friends that were going either to Thailand, South Korea, Vietnam, Australia, all around these crazy, wacky places.
I didn't
Places,
have this when I was a bucker. I missed
countries I
out.
never heard before. I'm like, where are you going? Like, where is that? Somewhere in
Last week we
Africa,
had the
somewhere
guy
in
who was
Asia.
in Laos. Okay.
I'm like, whoa. And we're all on the same. That was only one flight. We had 30 guys. And we had us. Then from there, from Hong Kong, I went to Chengdu, mainland China, it was the middle of nowhere. And we went, and the rabbi picked us up from the airport, and we came there, and like this is where we are for the next 2 weeks. We start working to prepare for the Seder.
So what was your responsibilities for the Seder?
My responsibility was I had a few I had a few people there that spoke English or Hebrew. So there's 85 people in the Chabad house in the Seder. So one rabbi can't run a Seder with so many things going on by himself. So he brings down two extra boys, but and know what knows all that can help him, but speak to people personally and arrange and help them make a atmosphere, sing along because not everyone knows the songs.
So let
So
me
when there's
let me
more,
back up here. When you get to a Seder, I mean, where do you get matzah? Is there a matzah bakery in China? Where do you get kosher chicken? Where do you get maror? Where do you get
that's a
charosa? I
good
mean, where do you get just the basic things that you get in Brooklyn or Chicago or in Paris or in London? I mean, where do you get that? There's the materials.
So me personally, I had to bring 4 suitcases full of stuff. All
And
my
there's no
clothing was in a
customs issue. There's no problem with
thank
customs.
thank God, Baruch Hashem, nothing, no problems. I was scared because of the tariffs now. No, charge
So
me extra.
what was in your suitcase? Just give us a sense. Besides your clothes and your
Everything,
stuff.
everything you need.
I mean,
Books,
matzah.
matzah, everything. Yeah. By the way,
Where is
them
the closest place that's like what we would consider to be a Jewish place? Where are they close to that's got basic Jewish
has
supplies?
a kosher supermarket, a 3 hour flight.
3 hour flight to where?
Shanghai,
Oh my gosh.
that's
Okay.
closest.
So Shanghai
Yeah.
is 3 hour flight from where you were in China.
Yes, we're in the
Oh
middle
boy.
of nowhere.
I guess. So what
Yeah.
are the people who will come to the Seder? What are they doing in Chengdu, China? They
So
live
either
there?
people, there's either some people live there, some people do tourists backpacking. Lots of backpacking.
So you speak Hebrew fluently? You're fluent in Hebrew?
In the most part.
Most part. So you were able to speak with the Israeli
Yeah,
backpackers and people who
exactly.
live there. And how do they find out? I know it's a communist country and
It is a
they're
communist
maybe not so
country.
fond of Israel and not so. So if some guy is on a tour, how does he find out? Is this on some sort
So
of
most
Twitter?
so most people they know it's Passover. They have to make sure they're there by a Seder. So thanks to
Okay.
Chabad and thanks to the Rebbe, most people when you know you're going to a random place, you type up Chabad house. Chabad house. I think there's an app that you say just like where's my iPhone? Chabad near me, and they'll tell you
Right.
where's the
Okay.
nearest Chabad house.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's how people find us. And the rabbi tries to catch everyone around.
Okay. So the rabbi that's there during the year, he who cooks? I mean, he cooks, he does it. They have a staff, they get who peels the
That
potatoes and
and the rabbi's wife's amazing cook. I gotta say, and they go hungry. Even
and they
yeah,
get where do they get supply? Where do they get kosher chicken from? Where do they get
they have to
the
ship. They have to ship pallets. It's not easy. It
from
costs a lot of
Shanghai?
money. Yeah, from Shanghai or from Israel.
From
They
Israel
ship
all the way to
from
China.
Israel.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
not
it
easy. So
arrives. So give us a sense. So you show up, you're at the you're at this big Seder, 85 people.
yeah.
Like what's it like? Do the people know each other? I mean, give us a sense of what it's like. Where is it held? Do they have a Chabad house there?
It's in the Chabad house.
So they have a Chabad house there.
Yeah,
There's 85 people. Some speak English, some speak Hebrew,
yeah.
some are travelers. Are there any native Chinese who come?
So very interesting. In China, it's illegal to become Jew, convert.
Really?
Yeah, there's a few people near the Chabad house who try to convert, but it's illegal. Because if they convert anyone over there, they're kicked out
Oh,
forever.
wow. Who's
They get
the kid?
arrested.
The rabbi would be kicked out if he involved any native Chinese. So it's only foreigners who are there.
Yeah, exactly. And even the
Wow.
foreigners, they have to sign up. Then you have to sign up through the police department to give you permission to come to the Chabad house. It's not so
Fascinating.
easy.
And what about like security? How do they know the guy's not, God forbid, a terrorist or something? Does the
So very interesting. Also, that every house and every building is part of a gated community. The whole China is all gated communities. So any person coming to the complex, it's not only Chabad, it's a bunch of different houses and buildings. They had to go through security to get inside.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow. So does the rabbi speak Chinese? I mean,
The rabbi and his wife, yeah, they learned Chinese. I even
wow.
learned how to say
How many years have they been there in
almost 10
Chengdu?
years.
Almost 10 years. And where is the rabbi from himself? Is he from
The
Brooklyn? Where's he?
rabbi is from Israel.
He's from Eretz Yisrael. And his wife also
His wife's from New York, from Brooklyn.
from New York, from Brooklyn. And they moved to China. That's it.
So yeah, I
They're
was speaking to
there
her,
to
like, what
bring.
made you move to China? I was like, you're an American girl, Brooklyn. You're moving to a random place in the middle of nowhere. You don't speak the language. It's not hard. It's very hard. I don't understand how we do it.
And what did they say? What were their insights?
But they told me that when there's a mission, it has to be done, no matter what. It doesn't have to be easy. The
And
Jewish
what
people,
about
yeah,
their kids? How many kids do they have?
they have six.
Can I know? And these kids are growing up in Chengdu, China.
And they speak fluent Chinese.
They speak fluent Chinese.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So we hear China. We're here. COVID. I mean, is that still a thing there? How did they deal with that? Did you hear about anything? We started this program of doing the Zoom when everyone was, shut down, locked in, whatever we called it. What about them? They were living there during COVID? Did they tell you what
They're
it
the
was like?
closest city to Wuhan. They
Oh
were the
my God!
first big city to get hit by China in the whole China, in the world.
And
China
and
was the
they,
first.
what did the rabbi do? Did he stay? Did he leave? Did he go to Israel? What
The
happened?
rabbi stayed the first few months because most of his community was there, and every shepherd has to take care of his flock. And he was there until there was nothing you do. You're locked in your house all day. So he managed to leave and make it to New York for a few months, and then
Wow.
went back.
So he was able to come to the United States.
Yeah, in the beginning it
And
was
when did he go?
impossible.
And when did he go back to China?
He went back himself personally for Passover. He went back by himself because it
In
needs to be a
2020, in 2021.
2021. Who's gonna make the Passover Seder? Who's gonna arrange it? The Jews and there's a Jews in the city. I need people to take care of him.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
his.
And is
It's
there
his.
any remnant of that now? Like if you walk in the streets, is there any people with masks, anything like
Nope.
that? Or it's gone, it's forgotten about? Wow.
Nothing. You can't even
It's
recognize
crazy.
it.
Unbelievable. Crazy. Okay. We really want to thank you. If anyone has a question, they want to unmute. I don't know if it's possible. Do you have any pictures you can share or tell us about
I have
what you
no.
did besides the Seder? Did you go visit? Did you get to see China at all?
I got to see a little bit. Very
Did you have
interesting.
Chinese food? If you go
Chinese
to
food.
China, do they have like knishes and deli? They eat Jewish food, like Jews eat Chinese food, or probably not.
Chinese is mainly frogs and cockroaches.
Oh, I'm glad. I hope you
That's
didn't
what
have
people
any of
eat
that.
there.
Okay, I didn't want to know about that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
this has been fantastic. I really
Can
appreciate
I
your
ask a
time.
question?
And what a unbelievable story. 19 years old to go off. How old was your partner? Just to ask him. What was
Also
he?
19. Same age.
19 years old. Unbelievable. Think about what most 19-year-olds are doing. They're not flying off
Can
to
I ask a
China.
question?
Oh,
Can
Mel,
I,
yeah.
Of
yeah.
course.
Was there any moment that you were scared?
Oh,
Nope.
interesting.
Not at all.
Nothing frightened you.
It's very safe. Very safe place.
Very safe. So there was no anti-Semitism, was nothing going
Nothing.
on. Okay. I
Nothing at
guess that's
all.
one virtue of a communist country. They don't brook no bunk from nobody.
Did
So
they
at
have
least they got something.
was the police visible? I mean, were they walking around cops or no? Chinese police.
Actually, it's a very safe place, and the place where I was, so there's barely any cops over there.
How do you like that?
Interesting. Fascinating. All right. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much
spending
for
this
having
time
me.
with us. This is really fascinating.
Will
Okay,
you do it
everybody.
again?
Right.
Will you do it
Okay.
again in a
Are
different
you
place?
signing up for next year?
If they send me, yeah, I'll sign up again.
Look at it. It's
I don't
like
know China, wherever they send me.
Yeah, next year they'll send you someplace boring, like, Connecticut
What
or
was the
something.
one thing that you didn't expect and it was actually a positive experience?
Oh, beautiful question, Ira. Okay, give us something you didn't expect that surprised you and it was like fantastic.
A good question. I didn't expect this to be such a big Jewish community, such a big Jewish presence in the middle of nowhere.
Interesting.
Actually, someone got up and told me, and he got up, he said, I was never by a Seder in my life.
Wow.
And he told me he was walking on the street and he saw me and my friend. So we're wearing hats and jackets like Jews. He's like, what are Jews doing in the middle of China? So we told him we came here to make a Seder for the people who need, for the Jews around there. And he was like, and he was so inspired. An Israeli person was touring, a backpacker. He was so inspired. He's like, if Jews from Brooklyn came here to make a Seder for me, I should show up. But that's the
love
first
that.
time. He was very.
That's a beautiful story. Juice came all the way from Brooklyn, 15 hours on a plane. I hope you didn't
Exactly.
have a middle seat. I hope you had an aisle seat.
How
We
did
had
Yeah.
kosher meal for you.
how did your parents feel about you going to China?
My parents took a little convincing, but it's not so easy.
Well, they were
Wow.
worried about you, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. They made me call
That's
them
what
every
parents
day.
do.
So I assume that they took care of all the expenses to bring you there,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
did
of
you
course.
get any pocket money out of it?
What do you mean by that? Pocket
Did,
money?
did they
Did
give you
they
any
pay
money?
you for your
Did they pay you at all?
services?
A little bit. They pay me for stuff to go around to buy food or things, but it was mainly a thing that's like how you say it again, like a non-profit. I want to help them out. I
Man,
wasn't doing it to make money.
beautiful. Unbelievable. Wow. So you do it again, right? You're ready to sign
Of
up for
course.
next year.
So
Yeah.
say one thing in China, Chinese to us.
Something in Chinese to us.
To us, yeah.
Sheshe.
What does
Oh,
that mean?
Thank
sure,
you.
sure. Huh?
Thank you. Beautiful. Look at
Exactly.
that.
What does it mean?
Okay.
So
W-
thank you. It means thank you.
Means thank
Will
you.
you do it only for Pesach or will you go for Hanukkah or Purim or any other thing?
If they need me, if they call me up and say we need you for Hanukkah, I'll come.
So somebody actually called you and say we need you for Pesach?
Yeah, someone came to the yeshiva and that told us that we need people, we need boys to go around. We need some
Oh,
boys. So I'm like, I asked my friend, you want to do it with me? He's like, for sure. It's a
Who's
nice
your
thing.
friend?
His name is Rabbi
Yeah,
Rabbi
Rabbi,
Tzvi.
Rabbi, I
Please.
have a question. I have a
Yeah.
question for you. Sorry for missing the beginning, but how did you find this guy?
So I
Basically,
got,
send me them.
I found Shlomi here because right after Pesach I started asking around. I want to get guys on. So I asked this guy and this guy asked that guy. So somebody sent me to Shlomi. And now we're old friends here. Now we're buddies. So next
yeah,
year,
lucky
Shlomi,
to know
listen,
you.
wherever you go next year, we're reserving you for when you get back. We want you to tell us go someplace else. Go to Vietnam or somewhere else.
Of
And
course.
next year we want to hear your story again. We love it.
Where
Thank
do
you
you
so much.
study now?
What do you say?
Where do you study now?
I'm studying in Brooklyn.
Okay. Because you said that you were in France.
I was in France for the past 2 years.
So you're
Now I'm
in
finished.
what they call Shir Dalit in Torah.
Exactly, yes.
So is there, let me just ask you for this program, not just for you, is there an age requirement? Like what's the youngest that they send? They send guys
The,
16, 17,
the youngest is 19.
19. So you have to be 19 to go on this
Exactly. That's
project,
my
wherever
first
it
year.
goes. First year, amazing. Wow. So
Wishing
last
you
week we
many
had a
more.
guy,
Thank you so
who
much.
was in Laos. He'd been there for he's about 23, 24, maybe older. 19, amazing, really. Shlomi, Yashikayach to you. Thank you for
Of course.
coming on.
Thanks,
Thank you
thanks for
for
having
doing
me.
this. Beautiful, fantastic. Okay, everybody. We'll say goodnight. Tomorrow night we're going to learn
Good
about
night.
Lag BaOmer and be well. We'll see you tomorrow night. Sei gesund,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye, Guzman.